Hi everyone and welcome back to Still Noise Podcast. I'm Sye Mcritchie and today my guest is musician Sye Mcritchie. Growing up in Sydney, Sye's life has taken him down more than a few interesting paths, but music has always been where he's felt most at home. From a colourful and often difficult upbringing to modelling, writing, recording and performing, he's spent decades building a life around creativity. We chat about his journey through music, the role surfing has played throughout his life, and the golden years of Bondi. We also discuss what eventually led him to leave the chaos behind for a quieter life in Manyana, and how renovating his home has given him the space to refocus on his music and art. Sye has lived a life full of change, and it was great to have a yarn with him and hear the stories that have shaped who he is today. Before we begin, I'd like to give a special thanks to the team over at Better Beer for the ongoing support and ensuring that there is always cold beers at the ready for myself and my guests. So cheers, Better Beer, the official beer of Still Noise Podcast. Okay, let's tap in to today's episode with musician and all-round creative Sye Mcritchie. Ladies and gentlemen, Sye Mcritchie, everybody.
Hello.
Thank you for inviting me up to your humble abode here, mate. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me, man. This is cool. It's a cool thing you're doing.
You're so welcome. I'm loving the studio here. Bit of a change from the pretty plain space that I do it in. This is amazing.
Yeah,
I'd have
thank
to take
you.
up residency.
Yeah, it's on Airbnb though.
Yeah, there you go. Beautiful.
Actually, no, we locked this one up.
Is this where you keep all your stuff?
This is the private little room.
The storage.
Yeah.
So, mate, far out.
Where to start?
Where to begin? Well, I've seen you in passing for years.
Mm.
I feel like we've had a couple of conversations, but I haven't really had much time. As you were just explaining to me before, you've been building this palace. So that's taken up most of your time. We haven't really had a good solid chinwag, so I'm stoked to be able to get it going with you right now, man.
Fuck yeah, man. Yeah. I've been kind of vibing you. I've seen you from a distance, so I'm like, who's this cat? I'm feeling this cat.
I reckon we can get something good out of each other here, mate.
Yeah.
So I'd assume you weren't originally from here?
Nah.
I can't remember seeing you when I was younger, so.
Yeah, definitely no. Okay. Sydney, kind of grew up in the Hills district. We were kind of skating and riding BMXs and motorbikes through paddocks kind of thing.
Nice.
But yeah, I think mum and dad split up when we were very young, so mum kind of, it was around the 70s, so mum didn't really kind of have the means of the support as a single mum, so we ended up growing up in government care, us boys, and that was out there. So
okay. Was it like a big sort of, is that by government care, was it like a big foster home, say? Or
so you've got your foster homes, and then you've got this institution called Burnside Homes for Children, basically, and it's Burnside basically have these massive 8-bedroom kind of castles in North Parramatta, but they've also got these little group homes, they call them, and they have them out in the suburbs. And they're like big houses, and they get a whole bunch of kids from all sorts of situations, from people parents who have orphaned them, to parents who have who couldn't really cope, like my kind of situation. All sorts of. So yeah, they would, I'm not going to say farm kids out, but they would put the kids out into the kind of suburbs from the actual institution. But that's where we ended up kind of growing up through. And then there's foster homes as well, kind of thing. So it was a pretty colourful kind of existence.
Yeah.
I wondered how it would be if I stayed with my mum versus the way that I was brought up.
Brought up in one of those places, yeah.
Yeah.
What was the level of care? Was it pretty hands-on, like we looked after in the places, or was it pretty kind of
so
take
they
care of
would
yourself?
pretty much take care of yourself. I feel like I've been on my own since the beginning kind of thing. There was a few situations where my mum remarried and she took us back, and that was always short-lived in a kind of normal situation, family situation.
Yeah.
But pretty much they fed you, they took care of you. They didn't really take proper care. So you kind of end up the back end of this. I left when I was 16 when I was allowed to.
Yeah.
Kind of navigating stuff on your own without a kind of a base of support, which then you make, you can make all your mistakes through life rather than kind of with, a family kind of support.
Yeah. Kind of figuring it out on your own, not really having that parental figure. When you say where you have siblings?
Yeah, I've got 2 brothers.
Yeah.
Well, a half brother to a third marriage, mum's third marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Go, mum. Actually, second.
Yeah.
Couldn't keep up. There was only 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my blood brother to my father who lives in Adelaide, who's a very talented artist. Have I got any of his art around here? No, I don't think so. I've only got
painter?
Yeah, he's incredible actually.
Cool.
But I only met him when I was 16 or 17 or something like that.
Oh, so you didn't know him from younger?
No.
Okay.
It was all just my mother.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Siblings older, younger?
Younger.
So you're the oldest?
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be the responsible one.
Yeah.
Eyes roll, mate.
That's what they say. The older's meant to be responsible. I feel like my younger brother's more responsible than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that.
So you were saying before you moved to Bondi, is that where you spend a lot of your time on the coast?
So at about 16, I moved up to the sunny coast actually. Right. And that's kind of where I like, it's when we would go to school, we would catch the bus at like 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning and go to Manly surfing kind of thing, do the big trek and go back out to it was in Epping and Pennant Hills where we lived.
Oh, yeah.
Well, where these homes were. Mm-hmm. That was my kickoff of surfing and I just was frothing on it. And then, so second I was kind of free, so to speak, I kind of moved up to Maroochydore actually. Right. And kind of spent about 4 or 5 years there and then moved down to D-Bar all the time, just surfing every day.
Yeah.
Then moved down to D-Bar and lived at Kira for a while and was in Kira Board Riders and had a little crack at surfing and, surfing D-Bar every morning and didn't bother with Snapper. Just didn't bother. I went out there a few times and it's just one crew that kind of,
hold it down.
Just, and the rest is scraps and even the scraps are you get scraps of scraps. Like I was like, nah, I'll just kind of shark around D-Bar and kind of thing. But I lived up there for a while, about 2 years up there, I think. It was pretty crazy. I mean, back in the days, they used to have 10-cent pots. Like, crew were just going mad. They had the government had to stop it. Crew were just actually like getting brain damage from drinking too much. They had these nights where you just get 10-cent pots, 10-cent spirits. People would just it was mad.
Wow,
madness.
It sounds like it. With school, right? Were you saying that you were getting up at 3 a.m. going surfing before school?
No. So on the weekends, just making it back, like running into the classroom. Yeah. Nah, school wasn't great for me. I kind of left when it was suggested that I leave. I wasn't doing much except for the creative stuff.
Yeah.
The art and the like metalwork and woodwork and I even did like the sewing and the cooking only because pretty much the cakes that they were making smelled amazing. I was like, right, I'm in on that.
I want to make one.
Yeah, I wanted to eat them.
Yeah.
But I wasn't doing much at school, so I left about 15 kind of thing.
Yeah. What school?
Pennant Hills.
Oh, you went to Pennant Hills. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, crazy. Okay. And then so creative, you said that at school you were doing creative stuff.
Yeah.
You obviously had a hankering for it at a young age. That's what drew you in.
Yeah, wasn't doing much else. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Creative started, I guess. I kind of, after that, so I moved up there, realized that, surfing's just, I was all right. Picked up a couple of little free T-shirts and some cheap boards along the way. I think Tommy Peterson used to throw us a Rip Curl Weddy.
Yeah.
Every now and then. But yeah, I was like, I think I met a girl actually, and I moved back. That's how I got back to Sydney. I met a girl and moved in with her at Bronte. We broke up pretty much straight away, but I was kind of back. And then I moved to Bondi, and I think I was about 22.
Yeah.
When I moved to Bondi, and that's where I started doing some acting classes. I did a little like a NIDA summer course, not the big kind of official NIDA thing. And I did a bunch of Sandra Lee Patterson and a few other acting courses and did a few short films.
All in Sydney, this was? When
when I moved back. She was doing that. She was up shooting something or other, and I was kind of doing a bit up there, and then I got back and got into the full swing of it. Started all those courses and really wanted to kind of get into doing some acting stuff, but I did, but I joined Chadwick's and they had like an acting division back then, and then they ended up taking some photos and I ended up doing some modelling, which was not on my radar, but they just, suggested it, and all of a sudden I was kind of doing that and I was getting a bit of work here and there and kind of being paid. So I was cruising around, surfing, playing the guitar, going for a few castings here and there, getting a bit of work here and there, and just rolling around Bondi doing that back then. And that's just when kind of Bondi kicked off. It was pretty much very old surf. It was not. It turned through the 90s. It kind of turned into its cafe glamour, kind of had its heyday.
Yeah,
Bondi. After being a pretty rough kind of hardcore surf kind of town.
Yeah, it started
leading up, and then all of a sudden it blew up, and it was amazing. It was amazing.
This is the 90s you're talking about when you were doing
through
all this?
The 90s, and through all the 2000s up until late 2000s as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And with your modelling, were you travelling for it much? Like, was it all just sort of Oz based, or did you go abroad for?
I did a bit. I went over to South Africa actually, and they've got like a season where pretty much the whole world goes in for 3 months toward the end of the year, and so I went over and did that for a while. Actually, funny, I went for an audition or something like that, and I got this job, but I saw a mate who I'd known from the sunny coast who actually lives there, and he's like, Sye, he's called me out across the road. I'm like, what the fuck? And anyway, we ended up going on a little roadie to J-Bay and just surfing all along there, and I missed some really good, apparently the agency was trying to call me and my phone was not around, and I was missing like good
paying gigs.
all the good paying gigs. I'd done all these auditions and then just fucked off surfing because I was still frothing on surfing,
It's often how it goes, people.
Fair.
People passing up shit for surfing.
Yeah.
It's one of those hobbies, eh?
You're like, what time is it? You think you've got an hour to go and it's already an hour past.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. You said you did some TV commercials or something?
Yeah. Did a Coke ad. Did a bunch. The list. It's been so long. Alcohol ads.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. I couldn't really kind of. Yeah, it's been so long. I couldn't really rattle them off, but we were doing either featured extra stuff or one line in stuff, or just no, not really extra stuff. Although I did some extra work, but that was early on in the piece.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Was that was that enough of a career? Was that paying enough to?
Yeah, so just dribs and drabs, and if I kind of wasn't getting any work, I'd get a bar job anywhere.
Yeah.
Just very, very, very chill. Playing some cash gigs here and there, just for money. Just before you know it, 20 years has gone by, kind of thing. Especially down in the Bondi bubble, kind of thing.
In the bubble. Was music came when did music come into the picture?
So I, at 17, bought a guitar and it stayed in the shed until I found it, and then started around 20. I was just noodling on a guitar. But my mum's she's got a beautiful voice, and I felt like I just was singing, writing songs and noodling around. And I think you get enough pats on the back or crews saying that you sing.
That sounds good, yeah.
That sounds all right. You're like, all right, I might, kick off. And then all the while just playing guitar and singing. And yeah, before too long, I ended up joining this band who we ended up touring with the Crusty Demons of Dirt. They were doing like a run of shows around the place, and we were the kind of in-house band. So we'd end up on the road with them, and it was kind of I was just singing in that, and it was kind of like a rock punky kind of thing, and it was fucking off the hook. I hardly remember any of it, to be honest, but
fuck, that's nuts.
Yeah. All those cats are mad dogs. I mean, throwing fucking TVs off. I'm not into that shit. I've been around bands that tear shit up, and these guys were throwing TVs out of high-rise windows and stuff like that. I was like, I'm not into that, man. But it was hectic anyway.
Yeah, but it paints a pretty clear picture, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we ended up going to the States on the same kind of
with the Crusty
run.
Demons?
We jumped on a couple of shows with them, but we went over to record an album with a producer called Sylvia Massey, who's done System of a Down. She's worked in the LA kind of industry, and she moved out to a place called Weed, which is a little town near Oregon called Weed, and it's like fuck. And she's got all these studios and all these big bands come through. She's worked with Tool. She's some Chili Peppers stuff. She did as I said, System of a Down. I mean, the list goes on with her, but we ended up doing an album with her.
What was the band's name? Your band?
It was called Kill the Capital.
Kill the Capital.
Yeah, and it's kind of undergroundish, but we played at Acer Arena. We played Warp Tour over in the States.
Oh yeah,
played a few shows on Warp. We played on a kind of festival and ended up playing that's my first and only playing in an arena kind of vibe, which is fucking insane.
That's hectic, yeah.
Yeah, the sound, and you're seeing yourself on the screens way over there, and it's bizarre. But it's kind of something you think, fuck, I want to do this.
I want to do that again.
Yeah, I want to kind of be.
This is for the Vans Warped, was it? You were saying?
No, Warp was Warp. We did a few shows over there.
What was the stadium show?
It was we did a thing called the Night of the World Records, and that was up in Queensland, and that was a big event. But the stadium thing was on a Taste of Chaos show, and there were 4 bands that got to play in between. We won some competition, and there were 4 of us that got to play in between the bigger acts. Yeah. So we got to do like 3 songs, but I got to like feel what it's like to be on a fucking stadium.
It doesn't matter if you get to do 30 seconds. That's insane.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Far out. How good.
Yeah. But before that, I'd sung backups with In Excess when I was way young. A mate of mine who used to play percussion in a band called Hunters and Collectors.
Yep. I know.
Greggy, yeah. He called me one day. He's like, what are you up to this other? In Excess are looking, when they kind of reformed back and they were doing another album before he died, they were doing a few shows, and he ended up getting me the gig of singing backups for the ARIA Awards that year. And that was my first kind of introduction. I was just kind of hanging back there, and I rehearsed with the band, and we did a couple of other shows. And
what?
It was pretty mad.
That's insane.
And then I ended up hanging out with like a few of them socially as well, kind of getting around Sydney back then. Yeah. Late 90s kind of thing. It was pretty epic.
Fuck, that's wicked.
Seller's Middle Bar.
How good.
Anybody knows, they know Kinsella's Middle Bar.
Yeah, really? One of those ones.
Yeah, for sure.
So you lived in Bondi from what? You were saying like your 20s?
Yeah, and then through my early 20s, all through 30s, some of my 40s even.
Yeah.
Stayed to the bitter end. It's like, it feels like there's a few crew still around there, but we're all taking the back roads.
Yeah.
I think it's different now.
Everyone's kind of giving it a bit of a wide berth. Yeah, it's a bit of a scene down there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Oh, look, I don't mind it, and it was inevitable.
It's diverse, at least.
Yeah, I'm up for change, and I'm up for, everything.
Yeah.
That is progress.
Yeah, it is what it is.
You just stay in your own lane, do your own vibe, and enjoy whatever's comes your way.
Yeah. Really.
If it's not for you, it doesn't mean that you have to hate on anything.
More accessibility too. There's more avenues to draw some influence from, really, hey?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes you'll be influenced by someone that you think that you just usually wouldn't even bat an eye at. You're like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. I kind of believe in just saying yes, mostly saying yes, and being open to anything, because you never know where things are going to take you.
Yeah. I was stoked you said yes to this. I just threw it out in a whim, and I'm like,
yeah,
man. The kind of guy that's going to say yes. I'm going to have a swing at it. I was like, you want to do this?
Fuck yes.
So I was stoked, yeah.
Fuck yes.
I can appreciate it. Cheers.
Cheers to that. And the coffee these days, I've done too much.
Yes.
I've done too much. I did the pancreas in.
Yeah.
That was a fucking scary story. Had my appendix out in an emergency, and they did a scan and found something on my pancreas. I'm like, fuck, the blood just drained from my face. I'm like, there you go. Good night. Pancreatic cancer. You had it coming. How can you have drunk every day from the age of 17, 16 to now, and all the rest that goes with it, and expect, the pipes to be fucking working? But it wasn't. It was just this kind of issue with the opening of it. Wasn't kind of working that well, so they sorted that out. But I've stayed sober. But I don't know, might have half a glass here and there.
Was it something that was put on you that you had to be sober for the sake of your health, or was it just a choice that you're like, all right, I've given myself a bit of a punishing year, I reckon I've done my time?
It was actually suggested to not drink, and definitely not drink the way you were. Yeah. Ended up,
Sure.
You've got work on Thursday. You've kicked off on Thursday, but it's all right. I've got nothing to do until next Thursday. And someone someone says, bro, it's actually next Thursday.
Yes.
So yeah, look, it's Sye. I'm not going to fucking make
Not going to make it today. I thought it was only Monday. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, I can only imagine.
Not all the time, but yeah.
Can only imagine, especially up Bondi in those areas back then. It sounded like it was
yeah, and also like plenty on, and we'd all end up in warehouses in Marrickville, for weeks on end, kind of thing. I feel like I just came out of that, and then I got this house.
When did you?
I bought this at the end of 16, so 17.
2016.
Yeah. So end of 17, I rented it.
Been here for 10 years.
Yeah, probably. Right. There you go. And then 18, I got down here and just started swinging the sledgy. I was like, I don't know. I'd had enough. I burnt out of music and trying. I'd gone down many roads with music, and I was just a bit jaded and just needed a change. And this came up, and I couldn't really afford to buy a joint in Sydney at the time. And this came up, and this area is just, it's spectacular.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's unbelievable. It's pinch me kind of stuff.
Too, right on the corner here.
Yeah. It's beauty, and I walked the joint. I'm like, I can do something with this, and got down here and just got into creating this space. Just diverted my creativity. But what I did do is take off the fucking makeup and the fucking clothes and everything, and the image that I thought I was, and just kind of got down here and there's no one and there's nothing and there's 2 cafes in this little Manyana town and I don't know how many locals, and just, it was a big, big, big kind of reality check kind of slash, I don't know. It was very, very, very different.
Bit of a culture shock, I guess.
Culture shock.
Going from like having to find your place and present yourself in a certain way to no one giving a shit about it down here.
Right.
Seriously. Especially in this little...
Yeah. And kind of, just also holding a mirror up to yourself, who finding out who you really are after you've lived doing this, that, and the other, and been molded by, because I didn't really have any family kind of guidance. So my lifestyle and what I dove straight into shaped.
Molded by surroundings, yeah.
Yeah, it shaped who I was, and then getting here and there's nothing but, vast emptiness was, a kind of, Sye, nice to meet you, bro.
Yeah. Puts
Really.
you in your lane pretty quick, and then you're kind of on a big straight empty road. You're like, okay,
right.
Gives you time, bit of open space and fresh air.
Yeah, and it was good.
To go inwards, yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It's been good, and I feel like I've come out the other end. I've done this incredible place and back into music, and just a lot clearer and a lot. I'm not going to say more humble, but a lot has gone on, a lot of lessons and a lot of healing and whatnot.
Yeah. Would you say, like, now, give me a kick if this is too personal, but would you say that through your kind of 20s, 30s, 40s, would you say you were carrying a bit of trauma from not having that kind of stereotypical family structure?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I was drinking and partying the whole time, masking everything. And I was kind of cruising around. So I moved from the Goldie straight out of like trying to be a surfer and straight into Bondi. It's funny, actually. I paddle out because I decided to surf in sluggos because, I don't know, it felt good, comfy, and I don't know.
Bit of a statement.
I don't know. Whatever. It was fucking weird. But crew would be like, the fuck is this guy? He's just turned up from the Goldie.
Good lad, yeah.
Yeah. Half the crew would be like applauding it and half the crew would be like off. Yeah, they wouldn't even talk to you in the surf. But, I was still I was hanging back and always in the shoreys and letting the boys do their thing. But I could surf, so they couldn't really say much because I could definitely surf.
Yeah.
But what was the question?
The question was, we were talking about you moving down from the Goldie, but then I think we fell into that from the like carrying the childhood trauma of not the structural kind of.
That's right. Yeah.
Family.
So what I was trying to say is I was kind of got straight in with the crew and I was doing all that modeling and whatnot. And I felt like my trauma that I was carrying and my, lessons that I was learning along the way were somewhat forgiven a little bit due to not a status, because that's not really the kind of what I'm...
Acknowledgement in a scene, maybe?
Yeah, and just, I don't know. Yeah, pretty much just getting supported more than I would if I wasn't where I was.
Yeah.
Just, yeah. So I feel like that was pretty...
You had respect in your avenues and that kind of gave you the support and backing that you needed or something?
Thank you. Yeah, it gave me the support that I didn't really have and I didn't really understand.
Yeah.
But I feel like my peers were parenting me in a way along the way while I was making my mistakes.
I feel like, status is a fair word. Status can be probably an overblown word because status, everyone's thinking this high up status, but your status can be any place on the ladder.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, you're right.
Word status for that.
Yeah, for sure. It doesn't have to be an ego-based
Well, that's the thing. Like,
just
what's the status update? You can be at any point on your status. You know?
For sure.
Don't have to necessarily be up there for it to be status. That's just what it's become, eh? The word status.
Yeah,
weird.
True.
So, when you're living in Bondi, were you living in an apartment or you had a little house there?
Mm-hmm. I had a joint. I was kicking around.
Was that a little chuckle because you know where this is going?
Yeah. So, yeah, I had a joint. I was doing rooms and getting around, but then I kind of got a place and just did a number on it, just a rental, but renoed it and made. And this one particular room that I had.
They let you reno it, the landlord?
Not really. It was when I moved in.
You just tuned it up.
It was like a forgotten kind of apartment. The lads downstairs were all Māori kind of Samoans, and they were doing their hip hop kind of dub bass kind of music. I was up there rehearsing with a band, Swedish Nick, who was rehearsing a band and managing a band up there, and they had a drum kit up there, but then all of a sudden he decided that he didn't want to do music anymore, so he's trying to tell the whole block to shut up. Anyway, we got rid of him, but where do I start? We got the mad woman from up the top who every now and then she'd just start yelling in the street, "Fucking cunts!" Trying to paint a picture of this block, and then old mate was.
So this was
up Lamrock Avenue in Bondi, and
just like a little tower or like a little block of.
So if you know Lamrock Avenue, there's a bunch of like 6 apartment blocks dotted along, kind of 6 apartment, 8 apartment blocks that are dotted along the place. So this is one. You get to ours, it's pretty decrepit and run down. But you open the door of mine, you kind of go through cobwebs, and then you open the door of my joint, and it's just like going into another dimension, really.
Yeah. And
then there's this front room, and it was kind of the place. It was a place to be hanging. I'm not going to mention any names, but a bunch of the boys have been through there.
One of the hot spots.
Yeah.
So that chuckle before you knew where this was going.
Mm-hmm.
So James Hall.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's recently.
Good man.
Yeah. He's been here for a while now, but he's a good lad. Surfed with him a bit. One of my buddies, and he wanted me to ask. I threw out a line on Instagram.
Oh yeah. All right.
And he wanted me to ask about your years, the party house, the parties you used to throw. Is this the place?
Yeah. Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So you just play semi little gigs and invite everyone around for a shindig? Or?
So, yeah, I'd play gigs around the joint, and then it'd always be back to mine. And I just feel so sorry for the fucking neighbours, really. It'd go on and on through the day, up probably into it'd just go on
multiple days.
But yeah. There'd be lots of crew back there, and it was a little vortex kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was weird packing it up, actually, and I just recently moved out of there, but I ended up running it as an Airbnb while I was renovating this place. So I was doing the cheeky, but yeah, it was all right. There was a point in the kind of paperwork where it says, "Do you own the premises?" And I was like, yes. And I thought, as I was signing it, or just saying yes, I was thinking, "Fuck, this is coming back.
Oh.
This is coming back." But it got away with
landlord?
it.
Yeah.
So the landlord died. We did a lease, and then it was just private, and then we just paid our rent to his son, and it was all just a bit grey. It's all grey. So I ended up running that as a Airbnb. But before that, it was a backpackers. I threw a couple of bunks in there, and then you'd have 4 Italian dudes coming one season, and then a bunch of Swedish crew playing. That was really and some Japs and Irish and English, and like it was just constantly people coming through the joint. So the door was open.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah.
You were that house.
Yeah.
Every place needs one of those houses.
Yeah, every area needs kind of thing.
One of our good buddies
just turn up. There's always something going on.
One of our good buddies, even down the coast, was renting a place, and the boys nicknamed it the hostel because all the lads, if you didn't have somewhere to live for a while, come and pay rent for a few weeks and move into one of the rooms.
Yeah, for sure. It was
one of those. Everywhere needs one.
It was good.
Yeah.
And because everyone was making music, and old mate sold weed next door and a few other things.
Yeah.
It was like
didn't have to go far for what you need.
Literally, the fucking doors were like that and that.
How good.
I'd reach out my door and knock.
Knock, you mind just reaching your hand around?
Yeah.
Slide money out the door, thanks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, sweet. Oh, it'd be right, mate. Yeah.
Resting it.
Yeah, that's fine. So, another thing you wanted me to bring up, my friend Jimmy Hall.
Oh, did he?
Parking fines. Apparently you had like some crazy record for parking fines.
This is fucking nuts. And I don't know why, in my kind of newfound reality, why the fuck I did this, but I would... Oh, bro. Where do I start? So I would cruise around and park wherever I wanted to because I was on this time to pay order where I'd just pay $10 a fortnight off my fines. Back then you kind of could. You can do it now, but it's much more strict. But back then I was like, oh, this is cool. I didn't actually see the other end of it. I was just running around, a fool, you might say. But anyway, I'd just be parking, just racking them up. Racking up parking fines here and there, just putting them on time to pay, whatever, cruising around. And I might hang my head and say that we might have ended up at about 36K.
What?
Over.
How much is a single
15 years.
Fine? How much is a single parking?
So some of them were like driving while the car was unregistered. I have a very colourful driving history.
Okay, so it wasn't just
a $130 parking fine or whatever they are. I've been so good lately. I don't even know how much they are these days.
Wow. And was that something you've paid off? Are you still paying that off?
I'm still paying it off.
Shut up.
I've got like $2,000 left.
No way.
Mate, it was hectic.
Insane.
I mean, there's a few of my mates as well that were driving my car at the time that kind of added to that as well. Topped it up. But I didn't give a fuck. I ended up... I bought this van and renoed it and was living in it for a while, cruising around in it. And I would park in places and take the number plates off because so I wouldn't get a fine. So people would see it like dumped. It looks like a dumped van. So they'd have to put the council sticker on it before you get a fine. So that was another little thing that I was doing. Yeah.
Like that.
But then I bought this Chrysler because I
was going to say, a Chrysler, eh?
Yeah, and they get a bad rap, and I've kind of like I've been misjudged, to be honest, driving around in that thing. Like I drove it, and I was like, yeah, I like them, man. I wanted a nice car. I was looking around for cars, and then I decided to take a drive in one of those, and they're fucking gorgeous, man. They drive beautifully, and they're super smart and charming inside, and so yeah, just jumped on. But then there's all the Lebanese gangsters doing fucking selling coke in them through the 2000s, giving them a bad rap, and I'm like, but it's a lovely car. I wanted to like paint it a pastel color and get some kind of cool wheels for it and bring it out of its doldrums.
Bring it out of the stereotype.
Yeah.
Well, years ago, I think would have been when I was hanging out with Jai, who lives up here. I seen the Chrysler, and that was the first thing that caught my eye. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Chrysler in Manyana. And I seen you go over, and I'm like, that is not who I expected to get out of that. And I'm like,
yeah.
I want to find out a bit more about this fellow. What's going on here?
I know.
This is very
peculiar.
It's a bit of a statement piece. I'm all about the Chrysler,
mate. I love it. I love it, but I am selling it. So
no,
I'm gonna buy a Chrysler, mate.
I mean, like almost.
Really. Almost.
See, I'm the opposite. I got the opposite side of the spectrum. I got a big, giant Land Cruiser, but then I get out
nice
with my polished nails and
all
that.
Hang on. Yeah.
I don't really know if that's what I expected to get out of that car.
You need like a Cobra and a kind of to get out of one of those.
Tougher, and they're all like, I can't tell if that's a dollar a guy getting out of there. So no, don't.
Nice one.
I've always wanted a Cadillac.
I looked into a couple of those classics, those gorgeous,
the black lowered Dracula Cadillac.
You want them in your repertoire. You want enough money. You want like 10 cars, and you want one of those to be in it. You definitely. But I thought, do I want another old car where the windows don't end up working and then this is kind of ends up breaking and you can't find the parts? And so I just went with that. But I think I'm going to get another camper van.
Yeah, sweet. Go cruising.
Yeah, cruise. I'm going to set up. I would love to set up a back little area so you drop it down and there's a stage already set up so you can just like play shows.
Wow. Yeah, that's
QR code.
Yeah.
And a living like that.
Wow, that'd be mad. This podcast is brought to you by Looply. Looply is a web development company based in Wollongong, specialised in helping trades and service-based businesses scale. They do crazy websites, back-end sales systems, and can help you get more customers from Google. If you need help or want to speak with a company that knows how to create trust and attention online, use the link in the show description and don't forget to mention Still Noise Podcast to access exclusive discounts and offers. That's Looply, Loopli. Now back to the show. Is music your main source of income? You're just playing gigs?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, I got there was a club in town in Bondi called Frankie's Pizza.
Oh yeah, Frankie's Pizza.
Yeah, the boys who ran that mates of mine or owned it, and they're now doing one of the things that they're doing is booking. And he called me booking like bands and booking shows and whatnot. He called me up a few months ago and he's like, "You still playing?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm going to be." And then all of a sudden, I ended up he gave me a whole run of shows, and I kind of felt like I wasn't ready, but so I ended up just playing and playing and playing. Super nervous. I had to fill 3 sets. I was playing some of my old stuff, and I just wasn't kind of in tune with myself quite yet. And all of a sudden, I was on the circuit playing, nervous as fuck, man. Super not comfortable. Trying to. I'm in a good. I'm in a good kind of vibe, right, in a groove now, but up to then, so that was my income, that was my job, and it is now, but I kind of want to pull back and do the things that I want to do rather than just getting on a circuit and playing for money per se. I prefer to do the things that I want to do musically and not ruin it, and not for my beloved art to end up as a slog or a job, money grinding thing, because it's just taking the beauty out of music. I only play my original stuff, and I improvise a lot, and I want it to be special. So
good. I like it. Keep it authentic.
Yeah, for sure.
Before you moved down, was it the same? Were you still working in bars and stuff up there for a crust before you moved down? How'd you pay for the reno?
So basically, I was getting. So some things went on during my life in the homes that weren't that hectic, but were pretty hectic.
Yeah.
And let's just say that we took the institution to court, and they settled like they have done many people like us, settled out of court, and gave me a little bit of money to buy this house. I couldn't buy anything anywhere else. I got in here when they were cheap
back then,
way cheap.
Sick.
And just managed to buy a little house, and I feel chuffed. And then the rest,
it's wicked, man.
And then, the rest of it was, my little Airbnb kind of
zone,
wrought up there, just money just kind of filtering in. And I did most of it myself and got away with it. And, I'm happy where it is. And, I got a house out of it. They said, sorry. And
here's a coin, here's a house.
Yeah, I got over it years ago, really. It's been a long time healing from stuff.
From that stuff?
Yeah.
It's not something you want to talk about too much, or?
Not
necessarily.
Not entirely, but it's not as hectic as some. It's not like sexual abuse or anything like that. It was more physical, like bashings and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah, you don't have to go into in-depth.
Yeah. So it was, it was duty of care that was not met,
neglected.
Yeah, kind of thing. And back
and you
then,
called him out on it and got a
called them
house
out.
out of it. That's
Got
mad.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Unreal.
Got a little cheap house out of it.
Good on you for
So
having to swing back.
Yeah,
You got the final hook in, didn't you?
right. The knockout blow.
Seriously, this joint's wicked, man. Honestly, it's amazing.
Yeah. Well, I spent ages through my kind of creativity over the years, and I just turned it into something a little bit different as well.
Yeah, it's unreal.
Yeah, I'm fucking on it.
Stepping in that front door, I was kind of like, oh, it's a nice little cottage, and come out the back and was like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's a whole lot.
It's like a little mini resort, kind of.
Yeah.
The Airbnb, the flowing ponds into an ice bath. I was like, this is unreal.
Yeah, it's nice.
All the finer details.
Yeah, for sure. It took me a long time because I was doing it on the cheap and just like money filtering from Bondi to down here, picking up materials and
With
just
is that Bondi Airbnb thing still a thing?
Nah, they kicked us all out because we were paying old rent. I was paying $500 a week.
Yeah, that's old rent.
Yeah,
especially
old rent.
What, it'd be like $2,000 now or something.
Yeah, I think about $1,100 for a place that like my joint kind of thing. So yeah,
they caught on. No way, honestly.
They caught on, kicked us all out. They said they were kind of renovating, but nothing's happened there. I feel like not renovating, knocking them down and building up some other things. I think they're going to just maybe reno it and get the rent that they know that they can get. And it was pretty, as I said, all those characters were still in there. Unfortunately, the guy who was dealing next door died. He just dropped. Like, he wasn't that old, but his daughter had died, and then we were all getting kicked out, and it was looking too hard. And I think his spirit just went, you know what, man, I'm out.
Yeah.
I think his spirit just went, fuck this, because he was going to have to relocate.
I can't have my block. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was that. So
yeah,
it was cool.
True. But, so currently, you are saying you've put a lot of your time and energy was into this place. So you're would you say you're only just starting to kind of reamp the music, or were you always playing a bit, or did you go on a bit of a hiatus?
I was doing a bit throughout, but it was always a bit half kind of thing. But right now I'm kind of trying to, I've got a little studio set up here, and I'm going to try and get some music out. I pulled a lot of stuff down, and I want to kind of just do, I've got this whole new fresh vibe, and I want to kick that off, probably record some stuff pretty soon before this year's out, and put some stuff up.
Yep, like on Spotify and stuff.
Yeah,
upload it.
All of the places. Although there's a few other platforms I'm looking at over that pay a bit better.
Which ones?
There's a couple there that I've jotted down, but I can't remember off the top of my head
because I haven't using because this is probably almost shouldn't say this on public, but so like I've got my music that I've listened to on Spotify for years, so now my algorithm, all of the compiled playlists that it makes for me are just so exactly the music I like.
Yeah.
But then I've been going to the gym to try and get this knee better and trying to just heal trying to strengthen the areas. So I've been listening to some real like dirty rap like Cardi B and like
have you?
Some real stuff that I do not want in my algorithm. I've worked years to get this right. If I throw that in, it's going to get blown to shit. So I'm like,
that's so good.
So I've been trying to find the best one, the best free one where like I don't have to get another subscription and pay a monthly amount, but still be able to listen to music. And Bandcamp's been the best.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I did look at that actually.
Bandcamp seems pretty good.
Yeah, all right. I've been open. I've been like listening to opinions and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I'll cross that bridge. Yeah, cool.
What did I use the other day? Amazon Music. Very hard to use.
Okay.
Yeah, it was shit.
Yeah, sure. All right.
But I mean, stick it on everywhere if you can.
I don't know. I'm just going to record the stuff. I don't know. When I'll cross that bridge on the minute, I'll get a few opinions and do some research and just do that, Could be halfway through next year that I get the music out. I don't know. I'm kind of trying to live minute to minute, but still have a plan.
Minute to minute. I like that.
Yeah, just
usually you cop an hour to hour, day to day, I like minute to minute.
Yeah,
I'm living second to second.
Yeah, almost just
I try to live a bit further ahead, but I'm not very good at that.
Yeah, it's good to kind of stay there, and as long as everything that you do, according to Bashar, which fucking works, that guy's
who's
a whole nother
Bashar?
story. He's getting around claiming that he kind of is channeling extraterrestrial kind of, and he's either
claiming he's an alien.
Well, he's channeling, and he's been doing it since he was a child, and a lot of the stuff that he's saying, he's either really mad and extraordinarily intelligent, or he is actually channeling, or channeling through them, or they're channeling through him.
Okay, yep.
I don't know. You've got to see it to get it. But according to him, what was I saying? If you take every turn that brings you the ultimate joy in every second, in every decision, then you will switch frequencies. You will, remain. You will be in a heightened reality, a better dimension. Basically, it has to be every decision that you make that will bring you the ultimate kind of joy or calmness or whatever. You'd have to kind of see it. He explains it a lot better.
I'm hearing. You're explaining it to me right now. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm keen. What is he? What is it?
Bashar.
Bashar.
Yeah. Check him out. He's a mad dog.
He sounded like a mad dog.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
So you showed me a photo before.
Oh, yeah.
Should I grab it? I'll grab it.
Yeah,
I'll grab it for anyone that does watch this. They'll be able to get a little bit of context here. So,
yeah,
you pulled me out a photo before.
Jack Hannon, Sydney socialite, and took me under his wing when I was 28. I think I was modelling 28. He's an old queen. He's like, he was enthusiastic about me, and I was like, this cat looks pretty cool. So we ended up kind of cruising around for years and ended up being, good mates. And he was kind of the father figure to me eventually.
Was he older?
Yeah, he was much older than me. I was, younger. And, we did some mad stuff. I mean, he knew kind of lots of people, and we just cruised around, parties. We ended up flying in a bloody helicopter out to the Elliston estate out in the Hunter Valley to meet for a Prince Harry was there. It was out at the Packers thing. I can't remember what year it was, but it was mad. We're just like straight to the private thing in the airport, up until chopper, like helicopter out to there. It was all pretty new to me. I hadn't really done anything like that. But meeting Harry, having a little like party, staying in that incredible. But these are the people that he knew.
Okay, that was what I was going to ask. Yeah, how did
it was mad. I was like, what?
So random.
Heaps of things, heaps of situations were like that. It's all a blur. The whole thing has been a blur, to be honest. I'm surprised my pancreas held up.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, essentially you guys were just kind of floating around, chasing whatever interesting party you could dig your claws into.
Well, just socializing.
Yeah. Would you say
good times, man?
Would you say when you moved down here was because you were at your social threshold, or were you?
I was just
It seems like such a random change to go from Bondi to such a quiet little.
So the reason I ended up here is my mother was a friend of mine. A friend of my mother's moved to Huskisson. She's got one of the places opposite, overlooking the water in Jarvis Bay.
Mm.
So my mum bought a house down here. She was living up in Katoomba, for a while. She's not from there, or we're not from there, but she bought a house down here, and so I'd be around the area, and that's how I understood the area. But I hadn't seen Manyana. I was looking around. As I said, I didn't have very much money from this thing, so I was looking around, and the places I was looking around Huskisson were dodgy.
So expensive too, right?
Oh, the nice ones were too expensive. I definitely couldn't afford that. But the things that I could afford, I'd be looking around. It was just, it was not very nice. And then my ex, we're buddies, and she said that her current partner brought her down to this magic little place, and we went for a drive one day, and she took me down, and it was around the river mouth there from the island. We just drove in there, and it was one of the beautiful days. It was super. The sand was
like
white.
Kundrella or Kundrung? On the
Kundrung there.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful day, clear water, and I was just sitting there thinking, God, this is one of those magic places. Up the north coast of Sydney kind of sold out. It's worth millions now. I thought, God, this joint's got to be, gone as well. It's too beautiful.
Yeah.
It turned out it hadn't, but the following year it had, but I just got in.
Yeah.
Just got in while the prices were still cheap. So, this is probably the first joint that I found.
Sick.
Online, and just
sick block. Nailed it. How old were you when you moved down here then?
I was 16. I must have been 46.
So you did a pretty good stint in Sydney then.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I was definitely jaded, man. I was like, fuck this, I've got to get out.
Yeah.
Just bored, and doing music, and it just felt like I was coming into a different phase of my life where I wanted more. I wanted just to explore different stuff, and I don't know, this was just what I needed, actually, just to sink my teeth into kind of a really humble kind of building kind of creating, still creative, but on a different.
This joint's unreal.
Yeah, on a different canvas, man.
Everything's very thought out. There's nothing.
What
I was fascinated by is I stepped into the backyard, and apart from that little bit down the side, there's no yard. What is considered a yard here? There's no grass, but yet you've got a huge backyard, but everything's tiered and leveled. You've got the pools, you've got running water, you've got a sauna, you've got an outdoor shower.
Absolutely.
Bathroom. It's crazy how much you can kind of transform a space from what would have been it was like that.
It was like that. It was even just scrub and an old broken down fence that was falling, like leaning onto their joint.
Yeah. It's incredible, man.
I feel like it was kind of me sometimes, just walking around like, fuck, I've got the best idea.
Yeah.
And I'd just be, and then I'd get to it for 3 weeks.
The green goggles.
Yeah, the green goggles. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to do a split level up there. And then I'd just get to it, and, it'd take much longer. And the missus was, not happy. She was like, just finish this thing.
Fucking get it done.
And then we can kind of move on, or, we can enjoy our lives rather than living in a job site. But it just went on for years and years and years. And I really appreciate that she stayed patient and she's still around.
Yeah.
And, she's...
Where's your partner from?
She's Korean.
Actually.
Yeah.
Yep.
She makes amazing jewelry.
Really?
Yeah.
And still does that?
That's what she's up to. Yeah.
What? That's sick.
Yeah. Maybe have a chat with her one day and take a look at her stuff.
I'd be interested.
Yeah,
she's
got a story actually herself.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
I wonder.
For sure.
Would you reckon she'd be open to having a chat on the podcast? Or?
Oh, for sure.
Really?
I think so. I'd run it by her, man.
Run it by her.
Yeah.
No pressure. It's just on the live recording.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm kind of sat here just chatting with you, and it's really cool. But this will be around.
Yeah, I think.
I was kind of nervous before this.
It happens every single time. Every time. People are, I'm really nervous about this. My mates, some of my best mates come on, I'm like, what are you talking about? The only difference between what we normally talk about is you've got something in your hand. Apart from that, nothing's different.
Yeah, right.
It's the same thing. It's drinking a beer. It's just having a yarn.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True. No, it's good.
So with music now is like, So you recently played a gig in Marrickville for your birthday, is that right?
That was actually in Glebe.
In Glebe, okay.
Little joint called The Drummer. I'm back there on the 22nd. I'm playing at Wombat tomorrow.
Yeah, you're playing it Sunday, right?
I think Saturday. Or is it? Okay, so today's Friday. Tomorrow's the 25th. This is that thing where,
no.
I don't know.
Tomorrow's the 25th.
Okay, good. I got it right.
So you're playing tomorrow?
I'm playing tomorrow.
Okay,
down
sweet.
there. But I've got one on the 22nd of August up at the Drummer in Glebe.
Yeah.
That's a lovely joint. It's kind of rooftop overlooking the city. Had a really good night up there for my birthday. That was cool. Yeah. So I'm trying to get up. The idea is to buy a big coaster and just deck it out inside and cruise around and just pull it up in places, play gigs, move on, come back down here.
Yeah.
That's the dream. That's what's going to happen moving forward.
Would you want to keep this place?
I would keep this joint.
Never permanently rent it, just keep it open and have it to be able to come back to.
I'd probably do some rooms. I built a room in there with 4 queen size beds, like 2 queen size bunks. Yeah.
Really?
And, so crew, a few muso mates that come through stay here. I think Lukey from Trax was going to put it on the accommodation thing for them or something rather that he was doing.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, a few crew stay here, a few musos, a few surfers when they're around.
Yeah, sweet.
Plenty of room. So I might just rent rooms and have that as an income. But I could rent the whole joint as well.
It'd be pretty cool to be able to actually be here and experience the people that come through as well, though.
Yeah. So we've opened it up now. We've got another room there and we put that on Airbnb and crew just come and stay as a shared house.
Yeah, that's mad.
It is. It's nice to meet lots of different people and have, people cruising around. I mean, build it and they would come was my kind of motto. I wanted to make something good and I've just finished it. So people are starting to
let people come.
Yeah. I'm going to maybe do a little New Year's
shindig
event here. Get some bands going.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Get some decks going.
Yeah, that sounds wicked.
Yeah. I think that's on the cards. We're kind of cooking that up.
Sick. Have you ever chased people get artist residencies at venues? Have you ever looked into trying to get one of those?
Well, that could, yeah, for sure. 4 weeks in a row type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really understand them so well, but I know that a place will have their resident musician, and I do know that Town, just from being here most of my life, knowing that Town is kind of stinging for resident musicians,
So I think with those residencies, you do a few weeks in a row and, 1 week you'll build an audience, next week, and by the end of it, hopefully everyone's just there and it's on kind of thing. And that's how it used to be. I'd be up for that. I'd be up for anything. I'm pretty cool. I'm getting around and playing and yeah, I'm just excited to get to it. I've got to get down. I've been talking to Kirk from Yuki. I've got to get down there and do a little show down there at some stage. It's a nice little bar down there. I like it.
Yeah.
It's a good vibe.
For sure. I think if there's ever been a time to kind of start throwing out your tentacles in a town that's growing, this is where kind of the South Coast is at right now. Especially Ulladulla. It's just starting to get to that.
I believe so.
Growing up here my whole life, it was we'd always go Sydney, we go Wollongong for gigs. And now I go to my local pub and I've got friends from Sydney and Wollongong who've come down to see a band that skip them and come here.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
Yeah, no, it's going off.
It's a crazy change, so yeah.
If you got any money, I'd buy a house in Ulladulla right now while they're still cheap. I reckon you can make $1 million in 5 years.
Yeah, I know. It's pumping down here.
Yeah.
Which has its pros and cons. It's always a discussion.
Oh, it is, man. Yeah.
There's always the discussion.
Yeah, for sure,
More people, more money.
Yeah.
Higher house prices, but town's becoming more of an atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's a pretty sleepy little place when I grew up down here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was.
And when I got here, but I'm just noticing things are starting.
10 years, for sure.
Things are starting to kind of. There's lots to raise eyebrows. Good food, good restaurants popping up. more, not South Coast stuff, but more stuff that you catch in cities that are starting to pop up around. And it's a vibe. I think it's a vibe. But like, I'm always, as I said before, up for things that move forward. Moving forward is a good thing.
Yeah, because I feel like especially a place like this is itching for someone to put their hand up and be like, hey, it's a weekend when nothing's on. Can I come play? People like...
Yeah, for sure.
It's like the place is itching for it.
Yeah.
The town's just drooling for it now. Everyone's just like, they got a taste and they're like, all right, this is...
Yeah, no, I can feel that. And I think that it's going to, over the next couple of years, it's going to blow up. There's going to be a lot more recognition, a lot more people kind of coming. And because everything shuts so early, you call up a joint, it's fucking 7:30 and they're like, the kitchen's closed. You're like, if everything just stayed open like that jazz, the thing that, what's his name was putting on, Jacob was putting on the jazz thing.
The jazz festival, yeah.
Everything's open, the whole vibe's there. If everybody just opens everything up and remains open, things will pop up, people will turn up, and it'll become, a destination, but a good one in the sense. It won't be ruined, but then you never know, do you?
Yeah.
And there's the conversation.
And it always comes up. It's like, yeah, I mean, it was kind of, I suppose, a little bit what we were talking about, you saying like Bondi in those earlier years, and now it's what they call gentrified, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like the more people means the more opinions. And I mean, I guess what I've noticed about around here is it's almost, I don't know if the word's fears, but people come from these cities that everything is quite sterile and everything's safe and parking is very specific, and then like suddenly all these new people come to town and there's a new footpath and there's a fence up on the headland where usually you could just kind of sit on the edge of it if you wanted. Now there's signs and warnings and fences and white concrete and stainless steel, and you're just like, what the heck? Like, that, I think,
that can ruin an energy as well. There's a balance. You want a balance.
You want it to be a little bit Darrow still, don't you?
Yeah.
Darrow's good.
Oh, for sure. They did that. They ruined the cross. The cross had King's Cross had such a smut versus class versus all walks of life. Drug dealers and actresses and actors and writers and hookers and fucking gangsters, and everything was just like all in there,
pot, wasn't it? Yeah.
I'd go to clubs where you'd literally knock on the fucking door and they would open it just like the movies and just check that you're not cops. You'd go in there, there's no windows, and talking about, don't worry, I'm here Thursday night. I don't have anything to do until next Thursday.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't know, you wouldn't know, and people just doing coke on the tables and all sorts of shit.
It was just nuts.
Yeah, and it used to be like that.
And was that like when, like the 2000s, earlier 2000s, it was pretty...
This is going through the 90s and the 2000s.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what exact year that Gladys Berejiklian and her mob tied it all up. And
yeah. I mean, even I got a little nibble at it the early, just like being 18. I think it was when I was 18, so that's 12 years ago. When we first started, I mean, I guess we started to be able to go out because we could,
Yeah.
We're 18 years old and we're going to Sydney.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
where it all happens. Let's
go.
And we went there, and I just remember just being blown away and just being like, I cannot believe this is the country that I grew up in and this is going down. The cops are just driving past, just like, keep going. You're like, wait, whoa.
Well, yeah.
If any of these things that I can see right now was happening in Ulladulla, you'd have a SWAT team on you because it'd just be sticking out. Like, whereas there, it was like, there's so much going on. They were like, that's considered normal. That's the gnarly shit we're worried about.
Yeah, for sure. Nah, it's
crazy.
It was, it was a lot. It was all happening all at once. Everything all at once.
Yeah.
Good times. Good times.
I noticed before, when I walked in, you had a little nook in there, a little painting nook.
Oh, yeah.
That's your little spot, is it?
Yeah, it feels nice in that corner, the bottom left corner. I think it's facing south. Yeah. It must be. I don't know. It just feels nice in there. Yeah, I tried to do it in that room, but yeah, just been doing these crazy little kind of cartoony kind of random things, using some paint, using those Posca paint pens.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty random stuff.
Yeah.
Have to show you.
Yeah, I seen that one when I came in.
I
was liking that one.
Yeah. That's a bit. I always say that's a portrait of my wife, but she does not like that. She's like, can you not say that? But anyway, there, I said it. Sorry, love you.
That's all right. I can't say it. We won't go into detail just so you can get away with it. Yeah. Like with music and art, do you have specific, say, artists that you draw inspiration from, or are you kind of drawing inspiration from your surroundings?
Yeah, I'm really weird in the sense that I don't really have like a people that I listen to. I've always I've felt musical, so I've started writing, and I've always got a few songs on the fly. So I'm always, whenever I'm feeling musical, it's about me writing my stuff. In passing, I'll hear people that tell me about such and such artists, and I'll go and have a look at them and draw inspiration from that. But it's usually me noodling and finding something that I think that's special, and then I just improvise over that.
Yeah,
and make that. Yeah, turn that into something, and that'll be my inspiration. And it draws from my past, my trauma, PTSD as it's been diagnosed, and certain surroundings, the lifestyle that I've led. It's all a big wash, and it kind of comes out. I like random stuff rather than story stuff or folk stuff. I just like. Well, for my shows, I've got a bunch of songs that I go to, and then the rest I kind of improvise. And it can be random. There can be some jazz chords that I do, and I've got all these different voices that I can muck around with. So, and then I'll go into some kind of 90s rock, or then I might go into some kind of current vibes. Just whatever, really.
Do you listen to much music?
Not really.
Like at home, do you have like music going?
No. It's funny because my wife does, and she loves music and said that she misses music when kind of, not since she met me, but she's recognized that it's not a big part of me, like putting music on when I'm here kind of thing. Yeah, it is. It's peculiar. It's always just been me writing and creating my own music and noodling around that and doing random loops. And there's a lot of music around, but it's all original stuff and on the fly and kind of. Yeah. Do
you have like a genre that you put yourself into, would you say, or?
That is the tough one.
Multi-expressionalist.
Genre defy. What is it? Yeah. I don't know.
Genre deficit.
Non-genre specific. It's like whatever audience I'm looking at, whatever the mood is how that I'll play the version of my songs or the stuff that I'll make up.
Yeah,
and I draw from folk. I draw from rock. I like anything that's good, to be honest. Any genre, jazz, country, classical, anything that's kind of moving and impacting is where I draw.
Are you playing guitar and singing predominantly in your shows, or do you? There's a piano over there, and there's a few knickknacks around here. I was wondering.
This is a little synth
that I've
dragged along sometimes and just do some notes. I'm not really educated. In fact, I'm not educated. I picked guitar up along the way, and asked mates about this, that, and the other, and made my own little weird genre of guitar or instrumental playing. I pretty much What was the question about my playing? Sorry, man.
I mean, like, it wasn't necessarily a direct question. It was just kind of like where your influence is coming from. Was this what we started off with? But then when you're playing sets and stuff, are you taking along other instruments, or are you just sort of
yeah,
guitar?
So I'm singing. I've got my loop pedal there.
You got a serious rack of pedals there, don't you?
Yeah, I've got both these mics. One's very kind of airy, and the other one's kind of bullhorny. I can muck around between the two. I'm a classically trained vocalist, so I've got this kind of operatic voice that I can fuck around with as well.
Bust out if you need.
Yeah, and
sorry to quickly, by classically trained, did you do classes?
I did classes with a guy who was from New York, living in Potts Point, actually, and I did them for a year with him, kind of just classical, roots, classical singing, basically, which took me somewhere else vocally. I had a voice, blessed with a voice from my mother, and took me kind of somewhere else and got me on track to a more professional vocal.
More polished?
More polished, and I understand it more now, but I have then since gone far left and done my own vibe, but I can do whatever.
Tweak on it, yeah.
I can do whatever, really.
And with the keys, is that just sort of just for like a bit of a random twist up notes and stuff, or do you ever just play just the keys and sing?
No, because I'm not good enough. I'm mashing up notes and I'm doing the pitch shifter and stuff like that, like hitting bass.
Yeah, when you're doing your kind of impromptu sort of stuff.
Yeah, so I hit a loop and then I might just try and play that. I've got to pull that out. I haven't done that for years, actually. I'll probably bring that thing back.
Bring it back, bust it out, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, unreal, man. And with your art, so is it a similar thing? You kind of just sort of doing what comes to mind, and you, I guess, you're skillful enough in the sense that you can put what's in your mind to paper, to your music, or do you draw inspiration of your kind of style of art from somewhere?
No, actually, I just noodle. I like faces, actually. It turns out that I like drawing characters. I've been doing that, actually. I just draw these random characters. I've been finding my feet in art as well, and I just did I just sat down and drew for like a month or something, and then a lot of people were like, these are really cool, and so I just started doing that, and then I started doing them bigger, and they turned into this, I think, kind of something interesting.
Yeah, that thing's nuts.
Yeah.
I rolled in and was like, that thing's mad.
Yeah.
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 I was instantly into that one. That's it.
So, there's other kind of random stuff around. Yeah. I like drawing characters, turns out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were saying before, I guess we're probably getting towards the end here, mate. I won't keep you for too long.
It's all good, man. I'm having a great time sitting around.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad.
Having a chin wag with you, man.
Yeah, it's been great, mate. So like you were saying, you're sort of umming and ahhing about what the next sort of immediate future's looking like. What have you got any sort of idea of what's coming up over the next few years?
Good call. That whole living in the moment works on some level, but a plan on another is also a good thing.
Yeah.
And so I feel like finished the reno, sat down for 5 minutes, wondering what to do, obviously getting back into music, thinking about music and putting it in its box. Where is that going to take me? And, how far do you want to go with it? And, so I think that I'll release some music and I'll have that as one thing. But I'm getting into the wife and I are doing a kind of a interior kind of. We're a bit of a team. We're putting together a little kind of basically team of just us basically going in and not renovating, but I won't say spit and polish, a bit more than that, but kind of some interior design stuff for people if they want it.
Yeah, a little bit of a side biz sort of thing.
Yeah, side biz, looking into doing that. It'll be music as well. I'll try and kind of finish off all these paintings and do a show. Maybe
An art show?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll come and grab one for sure if you do.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah, I think there's something there as well. And I don't know whether I just
spitting creativity wherever you feel.
Yeah, wherever it takes me. We went over to London just now, just to see if we wanted to go and live there for a while. But it's a bit of a schlep. It's a bit tough financially. Things are expensive. You don't earn as much.
Yeah,
seems like it's a bit of a grind. Would be a bit of a grind.
Is your partner working from here?
Yeah, she's got a little studio set up in there.
In there?
Yeah.
And she making like gold, silver jewelry? Or?
Yeah, fine jewelry.
Fine jewelry.
Yeah.
Cool.
I've got
one. The wedding ring? She made that?
Yeah, she made this wedding ring.
Oh,
I don't know if you can see it, but
wicked.
Usually got another few other show-stopping pieces that she's...
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really cool.
That's mad.
Yeah.
And so you guys are just thinking about just joining Creative Force and going into an avenue that you're both, I guess, somewhat unfamiliar with, or? I mean, it seems like
I've done this, and I've done a few renos along the way.
For other people or yourself?
I've fixed up some places for some other people. I've done a bunch of my own stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like between her and I, we've got something to offer, and so we're going to explore that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, moving forward, wherever art takes me, whether I kind of, I don't know, right now, the idea of getting like a big Toyota coaster and turning it into like a palace inside and then just going whenever we're kind of bored of here, just turning up somewhere and just she can work on her jewelry there. We'll set up a little kind of corner for her in the van. I can play music. Yeah.
How does she sell her jewelry? Like online?
Yeah.
Yeah, just go to like a website and just all the pieces on there. You can just buy them online.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
So that's pretty. That's a pretty mobile sort of business, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Music, I suppose. If you're doing music, you're doing the interior design. You can go wherever you bloody want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much, and also, you know, probably do the same in Europe. Maybe I've got a van sitting over there in London, but I would like to get a bigger one and just deck it out. Some of those like small buses are just as good. A lot of people live on boats around the Thames, and they're just the same size as a
small house,
a small bus kind of.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're quite narrow, and you can make them amazing and exist in them. And you know, cruising around, being creative sounds like a vibe to me.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Until the next does.
Not too much of a plan is the perfect plan.
Yeah, for sure.
That's unreal.
I mean, where do you want to go? Like, kind of check out what venues are kind of great. What little area? Go and hang around there, meet some people, play some music.
Yeah.
Move on.
Throw a couple of lines out and see what sticks. What do they say? Throw shit at the wall and see what sticks.
That's it.
Is that it?
That's it.
Sweet.
Throw some shit at the wall.
I was going to say,
I don't know if it's shit, though.
I don't know if it's shit. Is it shit?
I don't know.
Neither do I.
Throw it at the wall.
Is it just it? I've just added a bit of a crude version to it.
ChatGPT's my brain these days.
Yes. Oh, Sye, well, mate, I really appreciate you having me up here and just...
Man, thanks for coming.
Me just cornering you at the gym that day and being like, hey, I know that we haven't really chatted all that much, but how about I get you on my podcast?
Bro,
I appreciate you for being a yes man and letting that happen, mate. It's been an honour.
Thanks for having me, man.
Mate, appreciate it. And keen to come up and have a cup of coffee with you one time next time I'm up here and
for sure
hear what's coming next for you. I'm looking forward.
Maybe we'll have a little jam.
There we go. That's the idea. There it is right there. Let's pencil that one in.
Yeah.
Minute by minute.
Yeah. Second by second.
Yeah, second by second. All right, mate. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Cheers. you.